Hi folks, this showed up in the mail today and I thought we'd open it together real quick. I've ordered a few things off eBay recently in order to fill in some of the gaps in my train transformer collection because I want to do a series of videos in the future documenting the history of model railroad transformers. So this came in, so let's go ahead and see what's in the box. The guy who sold this to me lives in Pennsylvania. So this is an interesting power supply. It's not really for trains at all, but it was made by Lionel, and so I thought it would be an interesting thing to talk about during my video series about transformers. So it's made by Lionel. It's a Racemaster power pack. So in the 1960s or so, when Lionel was trying to diversify to make money by other means other than toy trains, they branched into slot car racing because that was very popular, and this was one of the power packs for one of their racing sets. And as you can see, it's basically just a train transformer that's been repurposed for a race car set. So you've still got the two posts there, but there's just no throttle control because it's a set amount of voltage for the race set. Pretty cool. Now the power cord's in pretty bad shape, so that'll have to be replaced. But other than that, it's in pretty good shape. Pretty neat. So again, here's the box. It's got that Lionel orange on it, and there's the label. And this also came with the original instructions. Kind of neat. Lionel Racemaster Power Pack for auto racetracks. The new 0106 Power Pack is designed to supply power for operating race cars. It has a 40-watt capacity and furnishes 14 volts at 2 amperes direct current. This power pack is made for use with 120 volts, 60 cycles alternating current. Pretty cool. Oh, and check that out, May of 1962. So that gives you an approximate time when something like this would have been made. Now, I'd like to open this up so that I can see what condition it's in, and so that at the very least I can replace this bad power cord so that I can test it and see if it works. But it's kind of cool. I've got an old 1043 here, and you can see the resemblance. I mean, you can totally see how they got from here to here. So they definitely weren't reinventing the wheel when they came out with these Racemaster power packs. Now, unfortunately, the 1960s was the time when Lionel started using these really annoying clutch head screws on a lot of their transformers. And they're annoying because not everybody has a clutch head screwdriver in their possession. I don't. I had to order a set on Amazon, and it has yet to arrive. Fortunately, the clutch head screws were designed to also be operated with a flathead screwdriver. Now, I couldn't find the right size in the screwdriver set that I normally use, but I did find this screwdriver in my parts bin. This came from a Nest cam that I bought a while back, and it just happens to be the right size to use in these clutch head screws. All right, so the first thing I want to do is get rid of this old power cord, because I don't dare plug this thing in with that cracked and brittle power cord. And we'll use our little Nest cam screwdriver to get out these clutch head screws. I don't know why Lionel went to these. They're so annoying. I'm not sure what they were thinking, other than that they just wanted to make these things tamper-proof, because that's what these clutch head screws are for. They're security screws to make it so that kids and customers and so forth can't tamper with what's inside. But it just ends up being annoying because, as we all know, you have to open these things up from time to time to service them. Yeah, this looks a lot like a 1053 or 1043. Okay. So there's the power cord. Everything else looks to be in fairly good shape right now. I'm not going to go too deep into it in this video, but we'll go ahead and replace this power cord and see if this thing works. Look at that big blob of solder there. Not the best solder joints. There we go. And we'll go ahead and clean up these solder pads a little bit. We use some desoldering braid to suck up the old solder. I'm sure somebody out there is going to tell me that I'm doing this all wrong, but keep in mind I am not a professional solder guy. Alright, so here's our replacement cord, and the ends have been pre-tinned. Now, this transformer is a little tricky because the cord doesn't exit through this bottom slot like it does on regular transformers. It exits through this top slot, which is something they did specifically for this model. So I have to run it through the top. And then tie a strain relief knot like that. And now we'll run these up through these holes. There we go. And I'll fire up the smoke absorber. The trick is that you want to heat up the wire in the solder pad and have the wire melt the solder. All right. Put that there. There we go. So with the new cord in place, pop our cover back on. All right, let's go ahead and plug it in. Well, it didn't explode, that's good. And we'll set the voltmeter for DC, because this is a DC power supply. It's supposed to give us about 12 volts DC. So let's see if it works. And look at that, 14.3 volts. Not bad. So yeah, all it needed was a new cord, and now it works good as new. Anyway, that's about it for now. I will feature this in an upcoming historical video. But for now, that's it. I'm Eric Siegel, and I'll see you next time.